Welcome to episode 331 of the Shared Security Podcast. And this week, we're going to talk about the new feature coming to Windows PCs called Recall, which is part of Copilot Plus, which will take a screenshot of everything on your screen every few seconds and, save it locally for Microsoft's new AI-powered search tool. What could possibly go wrong, right? Maybe a few things. So we'll be talking about that. And then we'll be discussing the controversy about Slack using its users' messages, data, and files to train machine learning features, with users automatically being opted in by default. So what else could possibly go wrong with that approach? And joining me this week to discuss these topics and more is my co-host, Kevin Johnson.
I don't know if discuss is the right word. I'm just going to rant.
Argue? Rant? Something like that? I don't think we'll be arguing.
Both of the topics piss me off. And no, I don't think we'll be arguing. I think they piss you off too.
They do.
Oh my God.
That's why I picked them.
Yeah.
That's why I picked them.
Totally.
Yeah.
These are, in both cases, I think I should fly to offices and burn people. But hey, go on. Let's
but we'll be doing none of that. So before we start burning people, I did want to, I mentioned this on the last episode, but we do have these glitter stickers now. Look how nice these came out, Kevin.
Those are very glittery.
I know, right? So you can get those now by going to sharedsecurity.net/stickers. So for a couple bucks, I will send you a sticker. And now let's get into the topic, which is, I find the article funny too, where the title says Elon Musk criticizes Microsoft feature that gives PCs photographic memory.
When I saw that link,
like, wait a minute.
Why do I care? Why do I care that Elon Musk is complaining about this?
Oh,
here's part of the problem is now you've made me agree with Elon Musk. And I'm not sure that's words I want to have come out of my mouth.
Yeah, because I mean, Elon's got his own problems, so let's not even go there.
Yes. Yeah. Here is.
So what do you think?
I just want to know. I want to know one thing. When did Microsoft hire Pegasus?
Right? Yeah, I agree.
What genius was smoking crack and thought to themselves, I've got a brilliant idea. I know what we should do. We should take a screenshot of the entire desktop every few seconds. There can't possibly be a way for this to be bad. And I want to be clear. I want to point out, I don't know if you recalled this when you read the article, but my brain went to it immediately. Was it the original iPhone? One of the early iPhones, and I don't know that they don't do it anymore, but right, does this. They take screenshots of the apps. You remember when you would like exit out of an app and it would shrink down and then come back up, right? That was done by the phone taking multiple screenshots of what the app was doing.
Right.
And then use it in the animation. Okay. So I want to acknowledge this is not the first time a major company has said, oh, great idea. Let's take screenshots randomly and store them locally. But this goes beyond that. And everybody's focused on the screenshots. But I think it's important to remember they're indexing and training data on it. And they have to, for you to be able to search for something in the screenshot. Like this is not simply, I have a collection of screenshots that are time-stamped. And then based on the time, I can say, you know what, about 10:30 this morning, I did this. Can you show me what was going on at 10:30?
Yeah.
No, this is, I can search for, I was emailing Brittany and Andrew about the sale to this client. Notice I didn't say the name. And I don't remember when that was, but could you show me what was going on at the time that I was emailing Andrew and Brittany, which means they've indexed the data. So they are processing these screenshots. They are doing some form of text recognition, OCR, whatever you want to talk. They're describing what's going on in the screenshot. They're like and then they're building a vectorized LLM, I'm assuming, right? They're vectorizing the data into an LLM, I guess is the right way to say that. But holy geez, you crack-addled, ignorant morons. I'm very proud of myself. I did not curse a single time in that entire sentence, but I wanted to. but it's stored locally. It's okay. Bite me. Oh.
Yeah. I think the other piece of this, and I read like well, there was an interview with the Microsoft CEO where he was, kind of touting this new feature. And I found it a little bit disturbing that he even said, well, because it's stored locally, it's secure and it's private. And I would like to just state that all of us have been, we're pen testers and we know how attackers move laterally through a network and gather things just like this. Like I would go after this, like on everybody's PC if I was an attacker.
I'm already,
because that's where the gold is.
I have a Surface laptop in my shopping cart for me to purchase, pre-order, so I can get one of these, so I can build attacks against this. Like this is our done. Let's buy one.
I mean, this is gold, right?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, we've extended the attack surface, like,
but
by
we've
tenfold.
Extended. No, we are going to argue. This isn't tenfold. How long do they retain this?
Okay,
I don't.
We don't know
a number. And one of the things that I think is very important to mention is this is not just a security issue. This is not just I'm worried about sensitive data getting out, right? One of the biggest problems we've had in technology, the biggest problems in my mind that we have to fix is domestic abusers, people who are using technology to continue abuse, to stalk people, to hurt people, to do all these kind of things. By rolling this out, Microsoft has just made abusers' lives easier to find out if the abuse victim is trying to leave, to find out what is going on the computer. Like, this isn't just, you'll know my porn surfing habits. This is, you're going to know if I'm trying to reach out to a shelter or to the police or whatever. Oh my God. And I did not find the interview with the CEO funny. I found it horrifying.
No, I didn't either.
No, yeah, I'm not saying you did.
Yeah.
I found it horrifyingly tone deaf. Well, it's local. Really, Microsoft, you've had zero problems with client-side exploitation. You've had zero problem. You fixed the ransomware issue. This is awesome. You stupid moron. Sorry, I'm going to start cursing in a second.
It's interesting. No. I
get why.
Yeah.
Sorry. I actually like the idea.
Of course. Yeah.
But like having the ability to say,
you also like that episode of Black Mirror?
I've never watched Black Mirror.
Yeah. Oh, well, you should. I wonder if you'd have a different opinion then.
No, I still hate it. I can hate it more.
Okay.
I like the idea from a theoretical idea. Like, that's neat. I could find that stuff I need. I just had it this morning. I had a meeting on my calendar. I probably shouldn't admit this. I had a meeting on my calendar and I couldn't remember what it was for. And there was no notes. And I searched my email and there was nothing in email. And I took the email address that invited me to the meeting. And I took the name of the person who invited me to the meeting. I searched in Slack. I can't find anything about this person. And so I canceled the meeting. And then I found out it was a meeting I had to be in. But the problem was they sent the invite from their personal email address, not their work email.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had the entire conversation with me in Slack. And their last name is not in Slack. So the last name that was on the invite was not in Slack. And so I couldn't find it. If I had had something where I could say, hey, I got this, you know what I mean? Like that, this feature would have helped with that. But that benefit does not outweigh in any way, in anywhere close to a way, the negatives.
Right. Yeah, completely agree. So we'll see if I don't know if like because of all the backlash they're gonna like reverse course, but knowing Microsoft, they're gonna, full steam ahead. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this is rolled out. And like you said, I know you have to have like specific hardware, right? Isn't that the one caveat to this because of the way
that's what they're saying? My understanding is
the local LLM. Right, I mean, it needs a lot of processing power. Yeah. It's kind of like if you install, was it like Llama on your laptop? Like it'll work as a local LLM, but unless you have certain specs on your laptop, like it's going to be slow, right? Obviously. So interesting, interesting stuff. I'm glad you were able to share your thoughts, Kevin.
Are you tired of compromising on security when it comes to managed file transfer? Look no further. Meet Kiteworks, the most secure MFT on the market today. Kiteworks MFT Suite is not just secure, it's FedRAMP Moderate authorized by the Department of Defense since 2017. This means it undergoes yearly audits and continuous monitoring by certified third-party assessors. But that's not all. Kiteworks provides a world-class secure file sharing and email platform. Easy for end users, manageable for administrators. With custom integrations, unified console management, Kiteworks sets the bar high where traditional MFT servers fall short. Step into the future of secure managed file transfer with Kiteworks. Visit kiteworks.com to get started today. That's kiteworks.com to get started today.
You want your organization to be secure and compliant and to have a healthy culture, but your employees' lack of awareness makes you vulnerable to data theft, fraud, and compliance penalties. It's frustrating that the boring static training content that's being used today has failed to improve employees' ability to defend against cyber attacks. At ClickArmor, we know that without using gamification, it's extremely hard to get staff to understand how to avoid threats. Our gamified simulations and challenges have provided a 50% average improvement in thousands of employees' ability to spot phishing threats. Go to clickarmor.ca/shared security to get your free gamified phishing assessment for up to 500 employees. You'll see quickly how gamified simulations can help your team be more resilient and compliant and help avoid costly ransomware and fraud incidents. Let ClickArmor help you go from being an underappreciated, stressed out fall guy to being an innovative leader who's the catalyst for greater productivity in your organization.
So let's further that conversation and see how angry you are about Slack training some of its AI-powered features on user messages and files. So this is another one that, of course, people were opted in by default, which is also angering people. And keep in mind that Slack is used by many companies, and there's a lot of sensitive data that's put into Slack. So this is obviously very concerning for a lot of people. And not a fan of their policy around this either, of like, well, if you don't like it, you could just email us and then we'll not use your data. I think that's a very poor way of doing this. I mean, we know what they were after, right? Is like, well, just opt everybody in, no one will really notice, and we're taking all your data. So
it's funny to me because when we signed up for Slack and started using Slack, this was actually a conversation we had. We have lots of information that we talk about and use in our internal workspace. Are we okay with that? And we put guide rails around what we could discuss in Slack and things like that. But those are policy, and you and I both know policy doesn't solve problems, right? No, policy is so I can say, look, I told you not to, it's not preventative. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. And let's go one step further. Day before yesterday, and I know day before yesterday isn't going to be valid when we release this. I was in Toronto at an IANS forum, and Summer Fowler and Ben, I don't remember his last name, were the keynote. And they were talking, and Summer, this was brought up. And Summer brought up the fact that her organization actually opted out. And they actually got a response from Slack, which I have not gotten yet because I have also opted out, but I have not gotten a response to my opt-out request yet. No. Their response was, well, we just want to warn you that if you opt out of this processing, you will see or may see a performance degradation in your workspace. And so I'm just going to throw out there. Now, I have not received this yet, right? But so what you're telling me is that by turning off processing of my data, it slows things down? I don't think that's the way this works. I think what you're saying is, no, if I'm not willing to let you index my data, you're going to punish me by reducing my performance.
That's what it feels like. Wow.
Bite me.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Wow. Well, we'll see. I feel like there's going to be lawsuits over this. I don't know.
I don't
I feel that
I know
coming.
it.
Yeah, or know it. Yeah. So this will be one we'll have to keep an eye on. But yeah, so if you're using Slack or your company's using Slack, this is something you need to definitely pay attention to because this is. But it's interesting. I think about this. This is just one example. I think we're going to see a lot more of this, of companies that are going to be finding ways to train their AI models, and they know how controversial it is. They know the dangers, but they don't want to disclose this to their users because they know how much controversy it causes. So I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, personally.
Oh yeah, this is and if we sit back and let this move forward without outrage, without yelling, without ranting, and hitting them in the pocketbook, I'm actually evaluating moving all of my Slack workspaces.
Yeah,
right?
That's how things change, right? Yep.
And not that I'm a huge
the money that you spend. It's just, right. Yeah. Crazy. Well, this has been fun. This has been a fun AI-focused episode. It's all good. What could possibly go wrong, right? AI is here to help. AI is our friend. Just don't make it your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and you'll be fine. We have an episode on that, by the way.
We do.
which was fun. Yes. So, all right. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. No Scott today. No Aware much, but I said it anyway. So we'll give everybody some time back. But thanks for listening, everyone. And until next time, stay safe, stay secure, and stay private.
Thanks for watching or listening to this episode. If you'd like to help support the podcast and get early access to new episodes with no ads, plus many more exclusive benefits, become an official supporter of the podcast for only $5 a month. Visit sharedsecurity.net/supporter for more details.